Alrighty. Grand Rising. Good morning. Hello. Konnichiwa. Ni hao. Alafia. Namaste. What up? Or yeah. All that good stuff. What up, people? So today, let's talk about self-awareness and self-assessment. I spend a lot of time just going through life, and sometimes I lose grip of my own actions, meaning like I don't completely stay self-aware. You know what I mean? And obviously, like, that can cause some hiccups, that can cause some major problems with some real consequences and things like that. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about what self-awareness is. And I'm going to try to describe this for all different types of people, right? So for my gamers, self-awareness. The idea of self-awareness is like a third-person shooter game, okay? Not first person where you're moving your hands and... Ooh, that's a train. It scared me. But it's not like a first person game where you can see yourself walking or nothing like that. But it's like a third person game where you view yourself outside of the body while you're playing the game. You control what's going on, what you're aiming at, stuff like that, through a third person standpoint. For my book readers, the self-awareness is like those choose your own story books or choose your own path books, where you read a certain line and you have to make a decision. And you think about the decision. Once you make a choice, whatever decision you made in that story, there you got to flip to a certain page and see what happens, right? But for those people who don't do either one of those things, it's being able to detach from yourself. The self-awareness is the ability to detach from what's going on right in front of you, to detach from what you're doing in any given moment. You know what I'm saying? So you're kind of, like I said, looking at yourself from a third person standpoint. Okay? Now comes the self-assessment point of view. And I heard this said a couple days ago. It's like, once you are able to detach from yourself, you can look at your downfalls, your upbringings, your upcomings, and your well-to-dos. This is a little toasty today, that's why I'm sweating. But as an analogy, it's like looking at your lawn, right? You see the big obvious problems. So generally, you go and cut the grass. Okay? Now once you cut the big stuff out the way, you get to find the smaller details. So you get to pluck those weeds and water your grass and stuff like that. Just keep it healthy, keep it nice, keep it looking nice. You know what I'm saying? But once you stop assessing, once you stop cutting the grass, those weeds go back. Those problems start to come back. So you gotta keep chunking at, crunching at, cutting at the grass, your own self, those attributes. For the gamers, it's like going into your character and seeing what different abilities you want to add those skill points to. Like, okay, I know I got a sniper, so I need to up my aim or up my reload speed and all of that. This is where I'm lacking at. This is what I need to do to fix it. You know, I talk about this because recently I had a moment where I wasn't being self-aware. Yes, I just wiped my face with my shirt. But I had a moment where I wasn't being self-aware, and that came with some real consequences. And with that being said, like, this is part of the reason why I wanted to talk about this. Because it's very important. It's super important. It's one of the most important things you could do. I mean, think about it like this. If you're a music producer or a rapper, and in your mind, yo, my shit's fire, my shit's blah, 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 right? You're not really assessing your actual talent the way that you should. You're not really being as self-aware as you should off the jump. Especially if you've been only in music for a year and you feel like you just need to, fill up a stadium off top. No, that's not how this works. You got to take your time. You got to keep your head down. You got to cut that grass. You got to hone your abilities, hone your skills, hone your personality, hone your quality, hone your character, your attributes. You know what I'm saying? Because you're still on level 1. You're not ready for a stadium. You might be ready for a birthday party. You might be ready for a hookah bar. You know what I'm saying? So the ability to be self-aware and sit down with yourself and have self-assessment is critical to knowing that you're ready for something that you really want to do. Because you can want it but not be ready for it. You can want it all day, all night, dream about it, smell it, taste it, and not be ready for it. You understand? So before you decide you want to get married, before you decide you want to have kids, before you decide you want to sell out a stadium, or before you decide you want to do anything, go be a lawyer, go be a doctor, go be a pediatrician, go be an anesthesiologist, whatever you want to do, you have to make sure that you self-assess because of your self-awareness. You have to do that, because otherwise you're going to be very disappointed by the amount of critique that you're going to get. Because in your mind, you're ready, but you didn't assess yourself. You didn't compare and contrast. You didn't cut that grass that I talked about earlier. You didn't take the time. And when you do that, it's not a one and done type of deal. You have to consistently look at yourself. How do I represent myself? How do other people view me? You understand? So when you're in that mode of self-assessing, if you're a boss, you want to, if you're a boss of a company or whatever, you want to look at yourself, step out of your own person, look at who you are, and think, how do my employees view me? Am I an easygoing boss? Am I strict? Am I strict on the rules but kind of give some leeway here and there? You understand? Or even as an employee, you want to look at, how do I represent the company? What am I saying to my boss? What do they hear coming from me? How do they feel when they're around me? How did the other employees, my coworkers, feel when they're around me? You know what I'm saying? And even just in life, how do you represent yourself? How do you represent your family? What do people feel when they come into your presence? That's some of the most important things, I think, are some of the most important things that you can do for yourself. If you feel like you want to reach a certain goal, or if you want to do anything, or just going throughout life, period, that's something that's absolutely essential. Because otherwise, you're just going through life a zombie, essentially. You understand? So this was a kind of quick video. Didn't realize how fast I would get to work. But those are some of the key points. As usual, peace, love, unity, and respect to everybody. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please hit the notification button down at the bottom. Again, hopefully I was able to motivate you all. Hopefully I was able to help you think about some things in your own life and help you become a little bit more self-aware and assess your situation. All right, peace, love, unity, respect. I'm out.